Hey guys, so I got this little BOVEE tool. It's made by a company called ViseeO. It basically allows you to use a Bluetooth device as an iPod. If you have an old 30-pin connector for the iPods in your car, it basically plugs in, and then you can connect whatever you want, basically over Bluetooth. If you have an iPhone, like a lot of us do, you can then use it as a connected iPod, basically like an old-fashioned iPod, using the 30-pin connectors, so you don't have to switch out new cables and that kind of stuff. This thing runs about $80 online if you look around a little bit. I've seen them go way over 100 as well. So I just got this in the mail like 5 minutes ago, finally. So let's see what it looks like when we open it. So not much in here. Basically it's this little thing. Nothing else in there. Let's put that aside. And a little user manual that comes with it. Okay. Road safety, yada yada. You can basically control your music, and this comes through nicely on the GoPro. But you can basically use your Bluetooth connected device. In my case, it will be an iPhone 6S. You can use it as if it were connected, so you can browse through your playlists and whatnot, which is kind of the main reason I got that. I don't like my iPhone sitting in the cubby holder, all the way. I often have it on the on the windshield or whatever to to navigate and that kind of stuff. So in order to not have too many cables, I thought this may be a good solution. So that's why I ordered it, and let's see what that looks like once we get it installed. So that is that. Not much on this thing. The device itself, very simple. This is an aluminium for the people in Europe. Classic 30-pin connector, which is now completely defunct because nobody uses it anymore. But the main reason I got this is one, my car still has it. I even have some old iPods lying around that I'm actually using today, still in the car, that have the 30 pins. So that's, I don't mind. But to upgrade an older car, this is a perfect solution. And this has some LEDs in here as well. So there's some stupid plastic on this thing, so I'll take that off, and let's go to the car and see what that looks like. So we're in the car now. So this is my old iPod, which is a 30-pin. I think they call it Ipod Classic or something. It's a really old unit, but it works great. It's about 30 gig or something. So I'm in my 2010 Porsche Cayenne, which has the PCM3 audio system, and one of the options you could get is the Ipod Connector, which is this. It comes with this special cable. That USB is for powering, so you can charge the iPod, and then all the audio and controls and all that kind of stuff is routed through this little special cable. And it has the 30 pin on the other side, and then it shows up as Porsche. See, and that allows me to go through all the playlists which is on there and select whichever sound or music I want to listen to, and all that kind of good stuff. Search for music, whatever you want to do, basically. What I've been using a little bit in the last few months is using the aux port. I have a special cable. It's just an aux on the one end, but I got this special aux key. I'll turn that around for you. So an aux key, like a ground loop isolator, to remove all the noise that you get from when you use an aux port in a moving vehicle. All of you that have tried it will know that an aux input in a car is horrible, and that kind of removes that sound. So, that works fine, but I still have to do all the controls on the iPhone itself. I mainly use it to listen to podcasts and that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd give the little BOVEE unit here a try and see what happens. So let's go into that. So it goes in here. There's a little blue light that starts blinking, and if all goes right, then I should be able to use my phone to connect to it. So I'm going to Bluetooth settings on my phone. Let's see if it shows up. Going to discover the device. And there it goes, WMA1000, shows up on my phone under Bluetooth. So I'm trying to pair with it now, and it'll probably ask me for the passcode, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, pairing. And it says that it's connected, and you can see the little blue LED down here, which stopped blinking and is now a solid blue light, which means that we have a connection that works. So let's see what that looks like when we're on the PCM audio unit on the Porsche. So I'll be right back once I've rerouted my GoPro to show that. So this is the Porsche PCM3 head unit, which is an option in the 2010 Cayenne. I think they already had it in 2009s as well. So it's a massive upgrade from the earlier models. It has Bluetooth and that kind of stuff for the phone system, etc. But it doesn't do audio streaming, so you don't have a Bluetooth streaming option, so an auxiliary Bluetooth, as it's often referred to. This is kind of what it looks like. Of course, I cannot just play any music, so I have a little folder that's Creative Commons music, which is free to use when you're on YouTube. So I found a few of those songs. So if you go to the disc option, you can have the disc, which is the CD, the iPod, and then the auxiliary cable, which is the one I just showed you earlier. And then it just shows up as being an iPod. It doesn't show the name of the iPod or anything, but anyway, that's fine. But you have all the playlists. You have a couple hundred, and I'll go into this one and I'll turn up the volume. Oh, it's off. There we go. It's not super quick, but over Bluetooth, it works just fine. So I can select songs, and it works rather well. So that works rather well. If you want any other sources on your iPhone, think Spotify, if you have a subscription with them, or you want to do something like a podcast, for instance. I'm heavy into podcasts the last couple of months. So one of the things you can do there is there are a few that are waiting for me to listen to. So if I start playing this, which is, by the way, a really nice podcast, it actually does show up just fine. I'll still have to play with it a little bit more to see, if I can actually call up my podcasts on here and select them manually without going into the phone. But you know, if I wanted to do that, I don't have to connect my cables anymore, plug it in and then plug it out and that kind of stuff, and I can just do whatever I want. And whenever there's sound coming from the iPhone, and you've set it to the iPod interface, it'll stream over the head unit, which is really great. So all in all, I mean, it's about $80 plus tax, of course, and shipping and that kind of good stuff. So you know, all in invested, you're probably looking at you know, $90 to $100, which I think is a pretty good value. That it's an actually, you know, a fully integrated system that works the way it should. My car's telling me that I should turn off the key because I'm not running the engine. Yeah, all in all, very happy with this. It's a good upgrade if your car has a 30-pin connector and you don't want to mess with you know, extra cables and what have you. I purchased this this little console holder, which is specific to the Cayenne, so that everything is nice and clean. This is a braided unit, the cradle here, which I run a power cable to have it fully powered at all time, which works really well because I spend an awful lot of time in the car. Definitely very happy with this. This looks clean. It looks kind of OEM, especially with this little console that I got, and now with the added, you know, Bluetooth streaming, it's really nice, and I'm happy with it. So, if there are any questions, definitely let me know, and I'll see if I can help out, and then definitely you know, enjoy it if you want to get a unit similar to this. Okay, thanks. See you. Bye bye.